Happy day children, this is Crystal, your grade 6 English teacher. In this video, I will be discussing a new poem and the name of the poem is After the Storm, written by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth was a great lover of nature and most of his poems, he just describes the beauty and bounty of nature. And this poem, After the Storm, is also one such poem where he has described a morning after a stormy night. Let me give you the explanation of the poem now. After the Storm by William Wordsworth. Before we begin the poem, a few lines about William Wordsworth. He loved nature and has written many poems describing the beauty and bounty of nature. His poems also confer the human relationship with nature. As he told you that William Wordsworth loved nature, in this poem also he is describing one of nature's mood. In this poem, a night after a storm. The poet is describing a morning after a stormy night. A storm has just ragged the previous night with roaring and continuous winds. But the next morning, the sun rose up as usual, bringing with it a promise of a bright new day. The woods were filled with bird songs, with stock-dove cooing while hatching the eggs. While the jay was also started singing, it seemed that it is responding to the coos of the stock-dove. Added to this was a gaggle of the previous night's rain water flowing towards the stream. There was sight of everything coming out to enjoy the warmth, the sky enjoying the birth of a new day, and raindrops on the grass glimmering in the sun. So the poet pictures the scene of a complete joy in the poem. Now children, let me read the poem out for you. There was a roaring in the wind all night. The rain came heavily and fell in floods. But now the sun is rising calm and bright. The birds are singing in the distant woods. Over his own sweet voice the stock-dove broods. The jay makes answer as the magpie chatters, and all the air is filled with pleasant noise of water. All things that love the sun are out of doors. The sky rejoices in the morning's birth. The grass is bright with raindrops on the moors. The hare is running races in her mirth, and with her feet she formed the plashy earth, raises a mist that glittering in the sun runs with her all the way wherever she doth run. So there was a roaring in the wind all night. Now the poet is telling the previous night there was roaring of the wind, and the whole night the wind was roaring and blowing. The rain came heavily and fell in floods. And after that it started to rain, and because of the heavy rain the entire place was flooded. But now the sun is rising calm and bright. So after the stormy night the sun is up and it is very calm and bright and soothing. So don't you think that there is a storm the previous night, and the next morning the sun rises, it looks very calm and everything seems to be shining and bright, isn't it? The birds are singing in the distant woods. The birds are singing in the far away woods. The woods here is the forest. Over his own sweet voice the stock-dove broods. So the word brood here means, it means hatching eggs. So you must have seen birds sitting on eggs, providing all the necessary warmth needed for the eggs, isn't it? The stock dove is cooing and it is hatching eggs. So cooing here means the sound that is made by the stock dove. The jay makes answer as the magpie chatters. So all these are names of birds: magpie, jay, the stock dove. All these are names of birds. Magpie is making a sound, and in response to it, the jay is also making a sound. So this looks like the birds are talking with each other. And all the air is filled with the pleasant noise of waters. As I told you before, that the water is moving towards the stream and there was gaggling of water, and this noise was absolutely pleasant to hear, and this noise could be heard everywhere. I will be telling the explanation of the second stanza in the next video, children. Thank you.